Never okay to attack, to demean, to incite hatred or fear against a fellow Australian.
The measures approved by the lawmakers will create new and bolstered hate crime offences protecting a raft of characteristics including race, religion and gender. Prime Minister Albanese and opponents have both expressed the urgency of addressing hate crimes during the national crisis.
Strengthening the legislation today. We want people who are engaged in anti-Semitic activities to be caught, to be charged and to be put in the clink. That's my priority.
This law includes mandatory minimum sentences for terror offences and display of hate symbols. Other penalties include a minimum of 3 years of financing terrorism and 6 years for planning terror acts. In late January, authorities reported a foiling of a mass casualty attack that targeted Jewish community. Authorities have now expanded their investigations to find direct suspects who are involved financing these crimes. Moving on, two of Japan's leading automobile companies, Nissan and Honda, their merger plans, their discussions have fallen flat after Nissan pulled out of the deal because Honda had asked Nissan to play the role of a subsidiary, reducing it to a junior partner. And after Nissan pulled out of the merger talks, Nissan's stocks have gained while Honda's have plummeted. Here's a report. Nissan Motor Corporation has decided to halt its merger discussions with Honda Motor Company following a proposal by the latter to make Nissan a subsidiary. The two companies had initially signed a memorandum of understanding in December to explore integration. However, difference between them grew, particularly regarding the structure of the deal. Honda insists that any merger would require Nissan to become its subsidiary. Nissan planned to formally withdraw from the discussions at a board meeting before announcing its third quarter earnings next week. This decision comes after months of talks aimed at creating the world's third largest automaker through a holding company. While the automakers aim to determine their future direction by mid-February, Nissan's exit raises concerns about its ongoing turnaround efforts, especially after recent announcements to cut 9,000 jobs and reduce global capacity by 20%. Following the news, Nissan's stock saw a 7.6% increase while Honda's shares dropped by 3.5%. It's time for a quick break, but on the other side, we'll tell you more about the mystery spinner Varun Chakravarti being nominated for an ICC award. More details after a quick break. Stay tuned.
Director, the taste of success.
registered a 4-wicket win against England in the series opener. The hosts now lead the 3-match ODI series 1-0. Shubman Gill, Shreyas Iyer and Akshar Patel guided India during a commanding chase. Indian cricket legend Sachin Tendulkar met President Draupadi Murmu along with his wife Anjali Tendulkar and daughter Sara Tendulkar at the Rashtrapati Bhavan in New Delhi. Tendulkar also presented the President his signed test jersey during the visit to the nation's highest office. Virat Kohli missed the first India vs England ODI due to a sore right knee. BCCI said in an official update that Kohli was unavailable for selection in the first ODI. Injuries have been a rarity for Virat Kohli, who is the benchmark of fitness. In fact, this is the first time since South Africa vs India Test in 2022 that Virat Kohli has suffered an injury. Mystery spinner Varun Chakravarti was nominated for the ICC Men's Player of the Month for January following a stellar outing against England in the recent 5-match T20I series. Chakravarti bagged 14 wickets from 5 wickets at an excellent average of 9.85 and at an economy rate of 7.66. His efforts contributed immensely to T20 World Champions India clinching the home series 4-1. Indian spinner Ravindra Jadeja has reached the elusive milestone of 600 international wickets. During the first ODI of the 3-match series against England in Nagpur, Jadeja has become just the 5th Indian bowler and 4th Indian spinner to reach 600 wickets across 3 formats. He follows the likes of Anil Kumble, Ravichandran Ashwin, Harbhajan Singh and Kapil Dev as the Indian bowlers to take 600 international wickets.
The Bharatiya Janata Party now is buoyant after the exit polls predict that it is going to come back to power in Delhi after 1998. However, the Aam Aadmi Party is still confident. In fact, the process of allegations and counter-allegations continues. Stay tuned to Republic Media Network as we bring you minute-to-minute update of the exciting Delhi elections.
In the India Today Best Universities Survey, India's #1 ranked universities in various streams are JNU Delhi, Amity University, AIIMS Delhi, IIT Delhi and National Law School Bengaluru.
দাঁড়াতে বলছি সব দিকে পুলিশ ঘিরে ফেলেছে আপনি কোথাও যেতে পারবেন না নিজের বিপদ নিজে ডেকে আনবেন না বলছি তো কিছু হবে না আপনার কিছু হবে না এই এতগুলো লোক হচ্ছে ঠিক আছে বলছি তো আমি কথা দিচ্ছি কিছু হবে না আপনাকে আপনি দাঁড়ান আপনার ঠিক আছে দাঁড়ান আমি ঠিক আছে তো তার বিচার হবে তো আপনাকে মেরেছে তার বিচার অবশ্যই করবে সব দিকে পুলিশ ঘিরে ফেলেছে আপনি কোথাও যেতে পারবেন না নিজের বিপদ নিজে ডেকে আনবেন না বলছি তো কিছু হবে না আপনার কিছু হবে না এই এতগুলো লোক হচ্ছে ঠিক আছে বলছি তো আমি কথা দিচ্ছি কিছু হবে না আপনাকে সব দিকে পুলিশ ঘিরে ফেলেছে আপনি কোথাও যেতে পারবেন না নিজের আপনার উপরে হাত দেওয়া কিন্তু বাধ্য হচ্ছে আমার সব জায়গায় পুলিশ ঘিরে নিয়েছে কিচ্ছু হবে না বলছি তো ছুঁড়ে ফেলেন না আরে ছুঁড়ে ফেলেন না দাদা এখানে দাঁড়াতে বলছি সব দিকে পুলিশ ঘিরে ফেলেছে আপনি কোথাও যেতে পারবেন না নিজের বিপদ নিজে ডেকে আনবেন না বলছি তো কিছু হবে না আপনার কিছু হবে না এই এতগুলো লোক হচ্ছে ঠিক আছে বলছি তো আমি কথা দিচ্ছি কিছু হবে না আপনাকে আপনি দাঁড়ান আপনার ঠিক আছে দাঁড়ান আমি ঠিক আছে তো তার বিচার হবে তো আপনাকে মেরেছে তার বিচার অবশ্যই করবে ছুঁড়ে ফেলেন না আরে ছুঁড়ে ফেলেন না দাদা সব দিকে পুলিশ ঘিরে ফেলেছে আপনি কোথাও যেতে পারবেন না নিজের বিপদ নিজে ডেকে আনবেন না বলছি তো কিছু হবে না আপনার কিছু হবে না এই এতগুলো লোক হচ্ছে ঠিক আছে বলছি তো আমি কথা দিচ্ছি কিছু হবে না আপনাকে দিকে পুলিশ ঘিরে ফেলেছে, আপনি কোথাও যেতে পারবেন না। নিজের আপনার উপরে গায়ে হাত দেওয়া কিন্তু বাধ্য হচ্ছে আমার। সব জায়গায় পুলিশ ঘিরে নিয়েছে, কিচ্ছু হবে না বলছি তো। ছুঁড়ে ফেলেন না, ছুঁড়ে ফেলেন না, আরে ছুঁড়ে ফেলেন না দাদা।
Asia's largest news headquarters, setting the agenda for Bharat. You're watching Republic.
You're watching Republic TV. I'm Shivangi Shukla getting you the latest coming in. And a top story is countdown to the Delhi results. That is right, February 8th. We are all counting down to result day when we'll come to know who will form the government in Delhi. And the polls and the exit polls are saying that what is happening is that the BJP is poised for a big win here. Now, the Aam Aadmi Party has rejected all these numbers. We're getting you minute-by-minute updates. But as usual, the headlines. Let's get started. Aam Aadmi Party claims BJP offered rupees 15 crore to 7 leaders ahead of Delhi election results. Discussions on budget to take place in both the houses of the Parliament today. Eknath Shinde breaks silence on question of being upset with Fadnavis dismisses claims. Karnataka High Court to deliver a verdict on whether Muda scam being probed by Lokayukta should be transferred to the CBI. VHP meeting at Mahakumbh site today. Temple control Waqf containment key agenda. MEA condemns attack on Sheikh Mujibur Rahman's residence after it was destroyed by alleged protesters. Viewers, breaking news coming in right now. We're coming to know that schools in Delhi and Noida have received fresh bomb threats. That is right. Big update coming in right now, viewers. And I'll just read through what is the information that Republic TV has got for you. Schools in Delhi and Noida have received fresh bomb threats. Ehelkon Public School in Delhi's Mayur Vihar also has received the messages. And also this school, Ehelkon Public School, has told its students not to report to school. The bomb disposal squad of East District was informed accordingly, and the SHO Pandav Nagar along with staff have reached the school. Not just schools. Delhi University's St. Stephen College has also received a bomb threat message. So big update coming in right now. And we are also getting some reactions from the ground. Let's go ahead and play them out.
जब मैं बच्चे को लेकर आया तो गार्ड ने बोले कि आज ऑनलाइन हो गए और इससे पहले कोई मैसेज नहीं चाहे कोई जानकारी नहीं था।
गार्ड ने सिर्फ इतना बोला कि आज ऑनलाइन पढ़ाई होगी।
हाँ,
स्कूल में बच्चे को आने नहीं दिया।
नहीं जाने नहीं दिया। हाँ, फिर मैं वापस 8:30 बजे।
8:30 बजे।
हाँ,
तो आपको बताया नहीं गया किस वजह से?
नहीं, ये नहीं बताया।
हाँ, यहाँ पर हम जैसे बच्चे को लेके आ रहे थे तो यहाँ मतलब आज ऑनलाइन क्लास ही होगा। छुट्टी है, घर से छुट्टी है, स्कूल से छुट्टी है। अब ऑनलाइन क्लास कर लेके जाओ बच्चे को।
ये बोला गया।
हाँ, ऑनलाइन क्लास के लिए।
वजह उसकी बताई गई?
नहीं, वजह नहीं बताई गई। देखिए, डर तो होता है पर ये बहुत गलत है। हमेशा बच्चों की छुट्टी हो जाती है और अफवाह ज़्यादा होता है, सच्चाई नहीं होती, अफवाह ज़्यादा होता है। पर स्कूल का भी मजबूरी है कि अगर मान लो बच्चे को पढ़ा अंदर ले भी लेते हैं, किसी तरह हादसा हो गया फिर स्कूल बदनाम हो जाएगा। तो स्कूल की मजबूरी है कि बच्चे को।
Let's go straight to my colleague from the ground. Piyush Ori is getting us all those updates. Piyush, take our viewers through what has happened and also which schools have received this threat mail. Remember that this is nothing new. We have seen in the past how a lot of Delhi and Noida schools have received bomb threat emails. Yes, Piyush.
So Shivangi, what I can tell you is that the bomb hoax messages being received in schools and even hospitals is nothing new. But what is new this time is that this time these mischievous elements have targeted the prestigious St. Stephen's College in Delhi University. And it seems that this is for the first time when St. Stephen's College has been targeted by these mischievous elements. And as you can see from the visuals which are being given to you by my video journalist Vijay Surinder Saji, that there is now a bomb disposal team of Delhi police which have come over here. And also there are some students of St. Stephen's College which are over here. So what we are going to be doing is we are going to try having a word with them and try asking them what they feel. Do you have any idea of what has happened? Why have you been asked to be?
Apparently there's a bomb threat in college. So we've been asked to stay outside from people inside the college. It's a football field. Stay outside of the main college campus.
How was the message received? How was it told to you that is a hoax message which has been received? Like it was told to you by the management? It was told to you by the management?
I'm not entirely sure.
Okay. You would like to say something?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so you just heard that how the students over here just mentioned that they received a message from the team over here at St. Stephen's College of how there was a bomb hoax message. So again, I would just request my video journalist to just show the visuals. The surveillance, the checking is still being done. But again, as I said, this is for the first time when St. Stephen's has received this message, and the mischievous elements continue to target schools, hospitals, and now even prominent colleges of Delhi University. Back to the studio.
That is right, Piyush. So schools and also St. Stephen's College, where my colleague Piyush is, they have received bomb threat mails. I will be coming back to you, Piyush. Keep reporting for this update that we are tracking for our viewers. Now, we have to move ahead right now, viewers, and put our focus back in the national capital and Delhi, where we see that the Delhi election results are on February 8th. At the same time, the exit poll numbers are saying that the BJP will get good numbers and we can also get the majority. Now, we also are coming to know that the Aam Aadmi Party still has good numbers, but the BJP has the comparative edge. So, we're getting back-to-back updates coming in. This is what the exit polls are saying, that the BJP will have the brute majority coming in. Now, remember, the Aam Aadmi Party has rejected these numbers. They're saying that usually the exit poll numbers are never correct. We have seen that in the past. That's what the Aam Aadmi Party is saying. But still, politics continues. Let's have a look at this report as we count down to result day on February 8th.
With ballot boxes being sealed after a 59.7% voter turnout, exit polls results for Delhi's throne are out. Most exit polls have given a significant leverage to the BJP over the ruling AAP in the national capital.
The Axis My India poll details are on Republic. Let me straight away go across to the numbers that we're getting in from Axis My India poll. First up, the vote share, and this is by far the biggest vote share we have seen for the BJP amongst all the exit polls. The Axis My India poll predicts that the BJP could get about 48% of the vote share in the national capital compared to the 42% that the Aam Aadmi Party is projected to get in the elections. And this could be, if you go by these numbers, it could be a big setback. I don't have the seat share yet. They're giving region by region seat share.
एग्जिट पोल के विषय में जाने के बजाय जो जनता का रुझान, जनता की मानसिकता, जनता की भावना हमने अनुभव की है, देखी है, उसके आधार पर मैं कह सकता हूं कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी प्रचंड बहुमत से दिल्ली में सरकार बनने आ रही है। आम आदमी पार्टी का चरित्र बेनकाब हो गया है, उनके चेहरों का मुलम्मा उतर गया है और निश्चित रूप से अब की बार जनता ने उनकी विदाई तय कर दी।
देखो साहब, एग्जिट पोल सही है गलत है ये तो कोई नहीं जानता, कभी सही भी निकलते हैं कभी गलत भी निकलते हैं। क्या कुछ लोग अच्छे मार्जिन से बीजेपी को जिता रहे हैं, कुछ कांटे की टक्कर दिखा रहे हैं, कुछ आम आदमी पार्टी को जीतता दिखा रहे हैं, तो क्या स्थिति है क्या नहीं है ये तो 8 को पता चलेगी। लेकिन वही मैंने कहा ना, रिजल्ट आने के पहले किसको क्या, अगर किसी को ऑफर, मैं ये नहीं कह रहा हूँ भारतीय जनता पार्टी ऑफर नहीं देती है, देती है और ज़रूर दे रही होगी किसी को, लेकिन पता तो चले कौन विधायक बनेगा। एग्जिट पोल हैं, अब आज भी आया है एग्जिट पोल, अब वो दिखा रहा है कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी बहुत अच्छे से जीत रही है। आम आदमी पार्टी हार रही है ये तो बहुत आश्चर्य की बात नहीं है मुझे।
The predictions, if held true, will be a big setback for the AAP and its chief, Kejriwal, who won the state twice with a mandate of 62 seats in the 2020 elections. After BJP's ascent to the centre and Haryana major poll bodies have betted heavy on the BJP. A pollster body, today's Chanakya, has weighed in heavy on BJP, predicting a landslide victory with 51 seats in Delhi Assembly. Axis My India has predicted 45 to 55 of Delhi's 70 assembly seats for the BJP and 15 to 25 for the AAP, with 0 to 1 seats for the Congress. To simplify, Axis My India forecasts have projected 48% of the votes towards BJP, while the AAP is expected to receive 42%. The Congress is forecasted to garner only 7% of the vote share. With more forecast predicting BJP's clear sweep, it is evident on what Delhi has decided for itself. If the exit polls hold true, February 8 will be seeing BJP's resurgence to the national capital after almost 26 years.
Some big breaking news coming in right now. US Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth and Defense Minister Rajnath Singh held an introductory call to reaffirm their shared commitment to the US-India major defense partnership. Now, both the leaders agreed to pursue an ambitious agenda to accelerate our operational cooperation and defense industrial and technology collaboration to deter aggression in the Indo-Pacific. The Secretary noted that he looked forward to holding the next 2+2 ministerial dialogue and concluding the next 10 US-India defense framework this year. So we're getting back to my updates coming in right now. I'm trying to connect to my colleague, our Senior Executive Editor Abhishek Kapoor on this soon, but Defense Minister Rajnath Singh and his American counterpart Pete Hegseth have agreed to work on a 10-year comprehensive framework to bolster the India-US defense partnership, especially in the spheres of intelligence, logistics, operational and industrial engagement. So what we see is that both Rajnath Singh and Hegseth had this call, and they have reviewed various aspects of the bilateral defense ties in a conversation that came less than a week before PM Modi's planned trip later on to the United States. Getting some more breaking news coming in right now, viewers. A 19-year-old nursing student hailing from Kerala has committed suicide at Karnataka college, alleging pressure from management. Students have started staging protests demanding justice. The student identified as Anamika Vineet committed suicide on Tuesday night. According to the FIR registered based on the complaint of the father, the girl had expressed her reservations with the college's functioning, stating that she could not study and that there were pressure from the management. An FIR has been lodged under Section 108, abetment to suicide of the BNS. An investigation is underway in this case. I just want to go across to My colleague Abhishek, who's joining us live. A 19-year-old nursing student hailing from Kerala has committed suicide at a Karnataka college. If you could take our viewers through the latest coming in and what action has been taken in this case so far. Abhishek.
Anamika Vinith is a 19-year-old student who committed suicide in her college premises, and the management says the management has no connection with the suicide of the student. However, Anamika, when speaking to her father, had complained about the issue she's facing at the college and the pressure she's not able to bear is what she had spoken to her father. However, her father had told that he would be coming to the college and having a word with the management as well. But just after the conversation, she was found dead on Tuesday's night. And her friends tried to call her and connect with her. And when they couldn't get in touch with her, that is when the management got to know that she was no more. And that is when they intimated the local police station. An FIR has already been registered with respect to the complaints of father. He says that the girl has committed suicide due to the ample pressure of the management, whereas the management has another point of view stating that she had carried mobile to the classroom, which was not allowed, and the teacher had questioned her, and this might be one of the reasons as to why she was not happy with the college decision. So at this the suicide has brought in another light, because 2 students from the state of Karnataka committed suicide in the span of 48 hours. So managements of colleges will have to take care of the hostels, and probably they will have to have a check on the safety measures the students will have to go on with. Shivangi.
Back to you as we keep our viewers updated on this latest update coming in from Karnataka. Let's move ahead right now to some of the other stories we're tracking. Prime Minister Modi has replied to the motion of thanks in the Rajya Sabha. In his fiery speech, the Prime Minister spoke of the developmental goals of the country. Meanwhile, he also took jibes at the Congress, blaming the party of following family-first politics. The speech garnered a plethora of reactions. Take a look at this report for more.
Prime Minister Modi has replied to the motion of thanks in the Rajya Sabha.
हम मिडिल क्लास के नियर मिडिल क्लास के सामर्थ्य को बढ़ाना चाहते हैं। हमने मिडिल क्लास के लिए एक बहुत बड़े हिस्से को टैक्स में इस बजट में 0 कर दिया। 2013 में 2 लाख तक की आय टैक्स में मुक्ति थी, इनकम टैक्स में 2 लाख तक मुक्ति थी। आज हमने 12 लाख तक टैक्स में मुक्ति कर दी। आदरणीय राष्ट्रपति जी का अभिभाषण प्रेरक भी था, प्रभावी भी था, और हम सब के लिए भविष्य के काम का मार्गदर्शन भी था। मैं आदरणीय राष्ट्रपति जी के उद्बोधन पर धन्यवाद करने के लिए उपस्थित हुआ हूं। ये बहुत बड़ा सौभाग्य है कि देश की जनता ने मुझे 14वीं बार इस जगह पर बैठ करके राष्ट्रपति जी के उद्बोधन को आभार व्यक्त करने के लिए अवसर दिया है, और इसलिए मैं आज जनता जनार्दन का भी बड़े आदर के साथ आभार व्यक्त करना चाहता हूं।
The Prime Minister also took jibes at the Congress.
लेकिन जहां तक कांग्रेस का सवाल है, उनसे सबका साथ सबका विकास, इसके लिए कोई अपेक्षा करना मैं समझता हूं कि बहुत बड़ी गलती हो जाएगी। ये उनकी सोच के बाहर है, उनकी समझ के भी बाहर है, और उनके रोड मैप में भी ये सूट नहीं करता है, क्योंकि वो इतना बड़ा दल एक परिवार को समर्पित हो गया है, उसके लिए सबका साथ सबका विकास संभव ही नहीं है। आदरणीय सभापति जी, कांग्रेस के मॉडल में सर्वोपरि है फैमिली फर्स्ट।
The Prime Minister, during his speech, highlighted the country's development under the BJP government.
आदरणीय सभापति जी, जम्मू कश्मीर की उधमपुर श्रीनगर बारामूला रेल लाइन, उधमपुर श्रीनगर बारामूला रेल लाइन इन 1994 में स्वीकृत हुई थी। 1994 में ये रेल लाइन भी बरसों तक लटकी रही। 3 दशक बाद आखिरकार हमने 2025 में इसे पूरा किया।
Meanwhile, the Prime Minister's address has garnered a plethora of reactions. BJP President JP Nadda lauded the Prime Minister's address. Nadda said that the speech created way for a strong, prosperous and developed India and has given a new direction to the goals of good governance. Meanwhile, the Congress has called it a disappointing and unsatisfactory session.
आज महामहिम राष्ट्रपति जी के अभिभाषण पर जितना निराशा से भरा, कुंठा से भरा, हताशा से भरा प्रधानमंत्री जी का रिप्लाई था, इंटरवेंशन था, मैं उससे निराश हूं। लगता है प्रधानमंत्री के पास अब देश को देने के लिए कोई संदेश भी नहीं बचा है और वो पूरी तरह अपने सरकार के कामकाज से निराश हैं, इसीलिए कांग्रेस को गाली देते रहे। वो क्या करेंगे देश के लिए ये नहीं बता पाए।
कि ये तो रिपीटेशन है, जो लोकसभा में कहा अपना पीठ थपथपाने का काम करते हैं हमारे प्रधानमंत्री। अरे भाई, अगर कोई अच्छा काम करता है तो लोग बोलते हैं, दूसरे लोग बोलते हैं, लेकिन ये जहाँ हमारे प्रधानमंत्री का ये रवैया है कि अपनी बात को बनवाने के लिए वो इधर उधर घुमाने का काम करता है। तो हकीकत ये है कि 11 साल में ऐसी कोई बड़ी उपलब्धि नहीं है। एक ही उनकी उपलब्धि है कि 80 करोड़ लोगों को वो राशन दे रहे हैं और दूसरी तरफ कह रहे हैं गरीबी ख़त्म हो रही है। तो ये सारी बातें हैं जो लोग इस बात को देख रहे हैं, समझ रहे हैं।
Getting some big breaking up is coming in right now. Viewers, sources have told Republic that the Aam Aadmi Party is set to chair a key meeting of all 70 candidates today ahead of the Delhi Assembly election results. Regarding the party's preparation for the result day and allegations concerning horse trading of the MLAs. Big update coming in. Aam Aadmi Party to chair meeting with 70 candidates. And this is coming in as we keep getting our viewers back-to-back updates. Now, what would be the agenda of this meeting? Well, according to what we are learning through our sources, this would be on the allegations concerning horse trading of MLAs. Now, remember viewers, already we have seen a to and fro between the Aam Aadmi Party and the BJP when a short while back, Aam Aadmi Party leader Sanjay Singh has alleged that the BJP was bribing party leaders to jump ship ahead of Delhi Assembly election results. All right, let's go ahead to my colleague who's joining us, Piyush. Take our viewers through what exactly can we expect next, because there have been some horse trading charges which have been levelled by the Aam Aadmi Party against the BJP, and we can expect there will be a meeting on this later on. Piyush.
So Shivangi, what I can tell you is that following the allegation that has been levelled by the Aam Aadmi Party of how some of its candidates now are being lured by the Bharatiya Janata Party in order to get into its fold, there is a crucial meeting which is going to be organised by the Aam Aadmi Party, in which all its 70 MLAs as well as its candidates are going to come and have a discussion of what needs to be done. Suppose the election result goes in its favour. It is also important to note over here, Shivangi, that all the exit polls, so whether those be the new ones or even the established pollsters, all have right now said that the Bharatiya Janata Party is all set to come to power in national capital. So yes, will there be also a discussion on what exactly is going to be the future course of action by the Aam Aadmi Party? That is also going to be a $1 million question. But yes, so far as what we have been told by the sources is that Aam Aadmi Party, which is still confident of its victory, is going to hold a high crucial meeting to ensure that none of its candidates, none of its MLAs goes into the fold of BJP. Back to the studio. Stay tuned to Development Media Network as we bring you minute-to-minute update of the high and voltage daily elections, with Aam Aadmi Party now holding a crucial meeting of how to preserve its fold. Back to the studio.
इसको घर पे लगाओगे तो शादी का तो पता नहीं, पर घर पक्का नहीं टूटेगा।
रुंगटा नहीं तो घर स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं। रुंगटा स्टील TMT बार एकदम सॉलिड।
पहाड़ों में एक हाइकिंग शिप भी बन सकती है।
Amity has been ranked among the top universities globally for producing the most employable graduates by the Times Higher Education UK. Yet another testimony to Amity's excellent placement record.
We're working very hard to get all the hostages. The word is all, and we are working very hard.
So obviously, you can't talk about peace neither with Hamas or in the Middle East if this, toxic.
Executive order prepared for your attention that would withdraw the United States from the UN Human Rights Council, would withdraw the United States from the UNRWA.
So I've always felt that the UN has tremendous potential. It's not living up to that potential right now. It really isn't, hasn't for a long time. It has, there are great hopes for it, but it's not being well run, to be honest. This is so important that we're really, as you know, the United Nations is largely funded by us, but and it shouldn't be. It should be funded by everybody, but we're disproportionate, as we always seem to be.
Pakistan are set to host the ICC Champions Trophy 2025, but to say that they have faced a number of issues in the build-up to the tournament would be an understatement. The tournament was shifted to the hybrid model on India's insistence, as the BCCI did not want to send Indian players to the nation over security concerns. Pakistan's continuous delays in getting the stadiums ready for the event and subsequent cancellations of the opening ceremony also did not help their public image. And now it has been confirmed that aside from the Indian cricketers not travelling to Pakistan, there won't be a single Indian official at the tournament either. Javagal Srinath, the former Indian cricketer turned match official, and Nitin Menon, the only Indian in the ICC's elite panel of umpires, came to a mutual agreement with the ICC to skip the Pakistan leg of the tournament. They could have featured in the Dubai leg had it not been for the ICC rule that requires neutral umpires and officials, therefore ruling them out of India's matches too. It is the latest setback for Pakistan as far as the Champions Trophy is concerned, which started when the tournament was shifted to a hybrid model despite the Pakistan Cricket Board's insistence that they wanted the entire tournament to be played in Pakistan. There was then speculation over whether or not Indian captain Rohit Sharma would travel to Pakistan for the opening ceremony and the captain's photo op, but both events were subsequently called off. An opening ceremony was never announced either by the ICC or the PCB. A source close to the developments was quoted as saying in media reports. There were also rising concerns over the stadiums in the country being ready, but the PCB has now said that the Gaddafi Stadium in Lahore will be handed over to the ICC on February 11th, a little over a week before the start of the ODI showpiece event. The ICC had originally set January 31st as the deadline for the handover of all three stadiums, the Gaddafi Stadium in Lahore, the National Stadium in Karachi and the Rawalpindi Stadium, all of which will host the global event in Pakistan. The PCB has also insisted that the National Stadium in Karachi will be
we are getting the top updates coming in here. I'm Shivangi Shukla getting the latest. We are live and breaking. We have a lot lined up for you as we count down to the Delhi poll results, which are coming up on February 8th. Do not miss that. But for now, let's have a look at the headlines. Let's get started. Aam Aadmi Party claims the BJP offered 15 crores to 7 leaders ahead of Delhi election results. Discussion on budget to take place in both the houses of the Parliament today. Aam Aadmi Party government in Punjab attacks centre over the deportation of illegal Indians, asks why land the deportees in Amritsar and not in Delhi. Big day for former CM B.S. Yediyurappa and CM Siddaramaiah in Karnataka High Court. Court will be pronouncing key verdicts in the POCSO and the Muda case. Let's go ahead to the big breaking news coming in. We told you a short while back the schools in Delhi and Noida have received fresh bomb threats. Ehelcom Public School in Delhi's Mahir Vihar has received the message that message and has asked all its students not to come to school today. I repeat, not to come to school today. The bomb disposal squad of the East District was informed accordingly, and the SHO Pandav Nagar along with staff reached the school. Not just schools, Delhi University St. Stephen's College has also received a bomb threat message, and this is what we see right now, viewers, on Republic TV. Now remember that we have seen similar cases of bomb threats being received by schools in the past as well. Last year, we saw very, very similar incidents which had taken place. I want to go ahead to play out all those reactions we're getting from the ground itself as schools in Delhi and in Noida and also St. Stephen's College have received bomb threats.
जब मैं बच्चे को लेकर आया तो गार्ड ने बोले कि आज ऑनलाइन हो गए और इससे पहले कोई मैसेज नहीं चाहे कोई जानकारी नहीं था।
गार्ड ने सिर्फ इतना बोला कि आज ऑनलाइन पढ़ाई होगी।
हाँ,
स्कूल में बच्चे को आने नहीं दिया।
नहीं जाने नहीं दिया। हाँ, फिर मैं वापस 8:30 बजे।
8:30 बजे।
हाँ।
तो आपको बताया नहीं गया किस वजह से?
नहीं, ये नहीं बताया।
हाँ, यहाँ पर हम जैसे बच्चे को लेके आ रहे थे तो यहाँ मतलब आज ऑनलाइन क्लास ही होगा, छुट्टी है, घर से छुट्टी है, स्कूल से छुट्टी है, आप ऑनलाइन क्लास कर लेके जाओ बच्चे को।
ये बोला गया।
हाँ, ऑनलाइन क्लास के लिए।
वजह उसकी बताई गई?
नहीं, वजह नहीं बताई गई। देखिए, डर तो होता है पर ये बहुत गलत है, हमेशा बच्चों की छुट्टी हो जाती है और अफवाह ज़्यादा होता है, सच्चाई नहीं होती, अफवाह ज़्यादा होता है। पर स्कूल का भी मजबूरी है कि अगर मान लो बच्चे को पढ़ा अंदर ले भी लेते हैं, किसी तरह हादसा हो गया फिर स्कूल बदनाम हो जाएगा, तो स्कूल की मजबूरी है कि बच्चे को घर भेजना।
Yes. Let's go across to my colleague Piyush Shori, who's been on the ground, is getting us on the top updates. Yes, Piyush, take our viewers through all the details we are learning of. Has there been any kind of investigation? What are the cops saying? Give us all the latest news that we are learning of, Piyush.
So Shivangi, what I can tell you is that the menace of the bomb hoax messages being received in schools and hospitals in Delhi is not a new phenomenon. However, what is now worrying is that how these mischievous elements for the first time have targeted Delhi University, and in a way they have targeted a prominent college in form of St. Stephen's. Now, we have reported from there and we have seen that how there was a lot of hustle and bustle, in a way chaos, when this message was received at St. Stephen's. The investigation and surveillance by the Delhi police is still going on. We've been asked to move slightly away from that college, so we have just moved away from the college because the management wanted us that there should be no chaos that should be created in rest of the colleges. So we have just abided by what the management told us. But yes, an important point to note over here is that even though nothing suspicious has been found so far in St. Stephen's College, thankfully, what is worrying is that how mischievous elements now have even begun to target Delhi University, and in this form, they have targeted a prominent college in form of St. Stephen's. Back to the studio.
That is right, Piyush. Thank you for getting us all those details. I'll be coming back to you as we track the story very closely of the bomb threats being received by a couple of schools in Delhi and Noida and also college there. Okay, let's move ahead right now. We're getting some more breaking updates coming in, viewers. 18 Indian nationals remain stranded in Russian armed forces. Now, of whom, viewers, 16 have been reported as missing by the Russian side. The government informed Parliament. Minister of State for External Affairs Kirti Vardhan Singh, in a written response to a query in Rajya Sabha, also shared the state-wise domicile of the 18 Indians, saying that 9 of them were from UP, 2 each from Punjab and Haryana, and 1 each from Chandigarh. Now, Maharashtra, Kerala, and Bihar's Jammu and Kashmir. Now, in response to another query that we have got, Singh says that 12 Indians in the Russian armed forces were reported to have lost their lives in the ongoing conflict. Now, Vardhan Singh also added that our missions and posts accord high priority to the safety, security and well-being of all Indian nationals abroad and take appropriate action as and when any request for assistance is received. The government was asked the details of the number of Indian youth still stranded in Russia and serving in their army and the kind of steps taken by the MEA and the Indian Embassy in Russia to repatriate them. All right, getting some more breaking updates coming in right now, viewers, where we are learning that the Tamil Nadu government has initiated measures to bring the body of a Tirunelveli man allegedly shot dead by robbers at a supermarket on an island in Jamaica in December 2024. Now, following a request from the family of the 31-year-old Vignesh Nagarajan that his mortal remains be brought to his hometown. Chief Minister M.K. Stalin directed the officials of the non-resident Tamil Welfare Board to contact the Indian Embassy in Jamaica and bring the body of the deceased to Tamil Nadu. Accordingly, the board authorities got in touch with the Indian Embassy officials and efforts were on to bring the body of Vignesh, a native of Minakshipuram. Now, the post-mortem of Vignesh's body was conducted on December 30th, 2024, and the government has taken steps to provide compensation for him in coordination with the company he worked for. So those are back-to-back updates coming in. All right, let's go straight across to my colleague joining us. Shraddha is joining us live from Chennai. And Shraddha, the state government will bear the expenses of bringing the body back to Tamil Nadu. If you could take our viewers to the latest that we're learning of.
Hi. The news comes in from December 20 when Vignesh was killed in the Cox and Took Island in the West Indies, part of the island, and where the Indian Embassy is not present. So the DMK government has made sure that they're bringing back the mortal remains of Vignesh back from Jamaica. And then the news comes in from the Vignesh family that his brother-in-law Mohan has been reaching out to the government for the past 2 months, and the government has been able to get them back only now.
That is right. Thank you for joining us there with all those details. I will be coming back to you as we get more updates. Let's move ahead right now, viewers, to some of the other stories that we're tracking here on Republic TV. In the next segment, Bharat in 2 minutes. Let's get started with all the other news we are tracking. So, viewers, we are getting those updates coming in right now. We also talk a little bit more about what is happening in the other updates in terms of the top news coming in, especially we are tracking this big story where several schools and colleges in the national capital region of Delhi received a bomb threat in the early hours of Feb 7. The bomb disposal squad has since been dispatched and a thorough research operation is being conducted. Delhi University St. Stephen's College also received a bomb threat. This comes in just 4 days after the many schools in Noida received a bomb threat. Our Union Cabinet meeting is set to be held today in the Parliament to discuss the new income tax bill introduced under the Union Budget 2025. The bill incorporated all the tax-related changes announced in the Union Budget. A special task force of Assam police successfully conducted a raid resulting in the arrest of 3 individuals involved in an illicit arms trade. During the operation, the force seized a significant haul of illegal weapons. The accused have since been detained as further investigation continues. Punjab ruling Aam Aadmi Party government has accused the centre of treating the state stepmotherly and questioned why the US aircraft that brought back 104 illegal Indian immigrants landed in Amritsar and North Delhi. NRI Affairs Minister Kuldeep Singh has condemned the mistreatment of deporters and questioned whether the choice of Amritsar airport over the national capital was politically motivated.
कुल मृतप्राय अवस्था में है चुनाव आयोग। चुनाव आयोग के नाक के नीचे साड़ी बांटी गई, पैसा बांटा गया, चादरें बांटी गई। चुनाव आयोग के नाक के नीचे गुंडागर्दी हुई, पैसे देते के उंगलियों में स्याही लगाई गई, झुग्गियों में घुस के लोगों को धमकाया गया, आम आदमी पार्टी के कार्यकर्ताओं को पीटा गया, महिला कार्यकर्ताओं के साथ अभद्रता की गई। हम बार बार मिलकर शिकायत करते रहे, कोई कार्रवाई नहीं की चुनाव आयोग ने। यही काम मिल्कीपुर में हुआ। बीजेपी का विधायक कैमरे बोल रहा हम 6 वोट डाल के आ रहे हैं, तो चुनाव को तो मजाक बना लिया ना इन्होंने।
All right, getting some updates coming in right now, viewers. We're coming to know that a twin-seater Mirage fighter aircraft of the Indian Air Force crashed on Thursday near Shivpuri in Madhya Pradesh while it was on a routine training sortie. As per initial accounts, both the pilots were ejected to safety with no casualties being reported. Watch our report to know more on this.
An Indian Air Force Mirage 2000 trainer aircraft crashed in Madhya Pradesh Shivpuri district during a routine training sortie on Thursday. According to eyewitnesses, the pilots of the twin-seater Mirage 2000 fighter aircraft were ejected safely before the crash happened. No casualties were reported in the incident. Initial reports suggest that the aircraft is suspected to have suffered a technical malfunction which could have possibly led to the crash. In the statement released by Indian Air Force official ex-Handle, a court of inquiry has now been ordered to probe the incident. The Mirage 2000, a multi-role fighter aircraft, has been a crucial part of the Indian Air Force and has been deployed in many crucial operations, most notably the Balakot airstrikes in 2019. After the crash, question looms on fleet modernization and safety of aging fighter jets and trainer aircrafts.
We're getting some more updates coming in, viewers. Stay tuned as we'll be back with PM Modi's blistering attack on the Congress during his reply to motion of thanks in Rajya Sabha. Stay tuned!
In the India Today Best Universities Survey, India's #1 ranked universities in various streams are JNU Delhi, Amity University, AIMS Delhi, IIT Delhi, and National Law School, Bengaluru.
We have an executive order prepared for your attention that would withdraw the United States from the UN Human Rights Council, would withdraw the United States from the UN RWA.
So I've always felt that the UN has tremendous potential. It's not living up to that potential right now. It really isn't, hasn't for a long time. It has, there are great hopes for it, but it's not being well run, to be honest. This is so important that we're really, as you know, the United Nations is largely funded by us, but and it shouldn't be. It should be funded by everybody, but we're disproportionate, as we always seem to be.
less than a week after receiving the BCCI's Lifetime Achievement, legendary batter Sachin Tendulkar was seen at the Rashtrapati Bhavan, where he met President Draupadi Murmu. During the meet, the cricketer also gifted the president a signed jersey. Here's more on his visit to the Rashtrapati Bhavan.
Ace cricketer Sachin Tendulkar met President Draupadi Murmu. The legendary cricketer was seen taking a stroll with the president in the sprawling premises of Rashtrapati Bhavan. The president also met Tendulkar's family. In a gesture of goodwill, the cricket legend also presented his autographed Test cricket t-shirt to the president. Earlier this month, Tendulkar was felicitated with BCCI's Lifetime Achievement Award in Mumbai for his unparalleled contribution to Indian cricket in a career spanning over 2 decades. The 51-year-old retired cricketer, who has played 664 international games for India, holds an unbeaten record of highest number of runs scored in Test and ODI in the game's history.
Director, the taste of success.
for you. This is a raw footage showing you the flock of rosy starling migratory birds spotted in Thoothukudi. And these are rosy starlings. They are birds that breed in Central Asia and Southeast Europe. They are migrating to India during the winter months.
Exodus hits Ghulam Nabi Azad's party in Jammu and Kashmir. We'll tell you all the details about the MLAs who are switching sides at 10 a.m. Stay tuned.
इसको घर पे लगाओगे तो शादी का तो पता नहीं, पर घर पक्का नहीं टूटेगा।
रुंगटा नहीं तो घर स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं। रुंगटा स्टील TMT बार एकदम सॉलिड।
पहाड़ों में एक हाइकिंग शिप भी बन सकती है।
Pakistan are set to host the ICC Champions Trophy 2025, but to say that they have faced a number of issues in the build-up to the tournament would be an understatement. The tournament was shifted to the hybrid model on India's insistence, as the BCCI did not want to send Indian players to the nation over security concerns. Pakistan's continuous delays in getting the stadiums ready for the event and subsequent cancellations of the opening ceremony also did not help their public image. And now it has been confirmed that aside from the Indian cricketers not travelling to Pakistan, there won't be a single Indian official at the tournament either. Javagal Srinath, the former Indian cricketer turned match official, and Nitin Menon, the only Indian in the ICC's elite panel of umpires, came to a mutual agreement with the ICC to skip the Pakistan leg of the tournament. They could have featured in the Dubai leg had it not been for the ICC rule that requires neutral umpires and officials, therefore ruling them out of India's matches too. It is the latest setback for Pakistan as far as the Champions Trophy is concerned, which started when the tournament was shifted to a hybrid model despite the Pakistan Cricket Board's insistence that they wanted the entire tournament to be played in Pakistan. There was then speculation over whether or not Indian captain Rohit Sharma would travel to Pakistan for the opening ceremony and the captain's photo op, but both events were subsequently called off. An opening ceremony was never announced either by the ICC or the PCB. A source close to the developments was quoted as saying in media reports. There were also rising concerns over the stadiums in the country being ready, but the PCB has now said that the Gaddafi Stadium in Lahore will be handed over to the ICC on February 11th, a little over a week before the start of the ODI showpiece event. The ICC had originally set January 31st as the deadline for the handover of all three stadiums, the Gaddafi Stadium in Lahore, the National Stadium in Karachi and the Rawalpindi Stadium, all of which will host the global event in Pakistan. The PCB has also insisted that the National Stadium in Karachi will be ready in time as well. The venue is set to host the opening match of the event between Pakistan and New Zealand on February 19th. However, just as Pakistan stadiums will not be graced by the presence of Indian cricketers, there will also be no Indian presence as far as the match officiating of the tournament is concerned.
We're working very hard to get all the hostages. The word is all, and we are working very hard.
So obviously, you can't talk about peace, neither with Hamas or in the Middle East, if this, toxic.
executive order prepared for your attention that would withdraw the United States from the UN Human Rights Council, would withdraw the United States from the UNRWA.
So I've always felt that the UN has tremendous potential. It's not living up to that potential right now. It really isn't. Hasn't for a long time. It has. There are great hopes for it, but it's not being well run, to be honest. This is so.
From Asia's largest news headquarters, setting the agenda for Bharat. You're watching Republic.
A very good morning, viewers. It's 10 a.m. and you're watching Republic TV. I'm Deepak Suresh Kumar and the countdown has begun for February 8th with Arnab, where we get you the results for the Delhi Assembly election. The countdown has begun. First, let's now take a quick check on the headlines we are tracking in the run-up. Aam Aadmi Party fires poaching charge against BJP, says BJP is paying 15 crores to 7 leaders. Discussion on budget to take place in both the houses of the Parliament today. Eknath Shinde breaks silence on question of being upset with Fadnavis dismisses claims. Karnataka High Court to deliver verdict on whether Muda scam will be probed by CBI or not today. VHP meeting at Mahakumbh site today. Temple control, Waqf containment key agenda. MEA condemns attack on Sheikh Mujibur Rahman's residence after it was destroyed by alleged protesters.
Now, before I come to the resolution of the MPC, kindly allow me a moment to reflect on the experience of the flexible inflation targeting framework. You are all aware that this inflation framework was put in place in the year 2016 and it was reviewed in the year 2021. You are all also aware that this is a monumental change in the monetary policy history of our country. And so I thought it fit that I reflect on the experience of the flexible inflation targeting framework. Well, I believe that it has served the Indian economy very well over these years, including the very challenging period since the pandemic. The average inflation has been lower post the introduction of this framework. Moreover, CPI has mostly stayed aligned with the target given under this framework, barring a few occasions of breaching the upper tolerance band since its inception. We in the Reserve Bank and the Monetary Policy Committee will continue to improve the macroeconomic outcomes in the best interest of the economy, using the flexibility which is embedded in the framework, while responding to the evolving growth inflation dynamics. Moreover, We will strive to further refine the building blocks of this framework by making advances in the use of new data, improving nowcasting and forecasting of key macroeconomic variables. We forecast, you are aware, growth, inflation, etc., because this is actually a forward-looking policy. And so we'll continue to do that and develop more robust models. On the regulatory front, I would like to mention, and especially there has been a lot of media attention with regard to some of the proposed regulatory changes pertaining to liquidity coverage ratio, expected credit loss framework for provisioning by banks, the prudential norms governing projects under implementation. We will continue to strengthen, rationalize, and refine the prudential and conduct-related framework. I think this is very important in the overall interest of our economy. The interest of the economy demands financial stability and consumer protection. Our mandate in the RBI is to enhance both of them. At the same time, I would like to emphasize that the economic interest also warrants increasing efficiency in the economy, and this too is our duty. We recognize that just like there are no free lunches, regulation to enhance stability and consumer protection too is not devoid of costs. There are trade-offs between stability and efficiency. We will keep this trade-off in mind while formulating each and every regulation. It will be our attempt to strike the right balance, keeping in view the benefits and costs of regulation. I also want to reassure all stakeholders that we will continue with the consultative process which the RBI has been doing over the years in this regulation-making process. The suggestions of the stakeholders are very valuable, and we will continue to give serious consideration to them before taking any major decision. We will also ensure that the implementation of such regulations is smooth. We will give sufficient time for transition, and where regulations have major implications, the implementation will be done in a phased manner. Coming to the global economy, the global economic backdrop remains challenging. The global economy is growing below the historical average, even though high-frequency indicators suggest resilience, along with continued expansion in trade. Progress on global disinflation is stalling, hindered by services price inflation. With receding expectations on the size and pace of rate cuts in the US dollar has strengthened, bond yields have hardened, emerging market economies have witnessed large capital outflows, leading to sharp depreciation of their currencies and tightening of financial conditions. Divergent trajectories of monetary policy across advanced economies, lingering geopolitical tensions, and elevated trade and policy uncertainties have exacerbated financial market volatility. Such an uncertain global environment has posed difficult policy trade-offs for emerging market economies. The Indian economy, though continuing to remain strong and resilient, also did not remain immune to these global headwinds, with the Indian rupee coming under depreciation pressure, as you would have noticed in the recent months. At the Reserve Bank, I would like to assure all of you we have been employing all tools at our disposal to face the multi-pronged challenges. With this backdrop, let me now come to the Monetary Policy Committee resolution. As I mentioned, we met these last 3 days, concluding today. And after a detailed assessment of the evolving macroeconomic and financial developments and the economic outlook, as I mentioned, we are forward-looking. The MPC decided unanimously to reduce the policy rate by 25 basis points from 6.5% to 6.25%. I repeat, the MPC unanimously decided to reduce the policy rate by 25 basis points from 6.5% to 6.25%. Consequently, the Standing Deposit Facility, SDF, the SDF rate shall be at 6.0%, and the marginal standing facility rate, also called the MCF rate, and the bank rate shall be 6.5%. The MPC also decided unanimously, again, to continue with a neutral stance and remain unambiguously focused on a durable alignment of inflation with the target while supporting growth. I shall now state the rationale for the decision in brief. The MPC noted that inflation has declined, supported by favorable outlook on food and continuing transmission of past monetary policy action. It is expected to further moderate in 2025-26, gradually aligning with the target. The MPC also noted that though growth is expected to recover from the low of Q2 of 2024-25 this year, it is much below that of last year. Last year, you are all aware, it was 8.2%. This growth inflation dynamics opens up policy space for the MPC to support growth while remaining focused on aligning inflation with the target. And accordingly, the MPC decided to reduce the policy rate, by 25 basis points to 6.25%. At the same time, the MPC felt that excessive volatility in global financial markets and continued uncertainties about global trade policies, coupled with adverse weather events, pose risks to the growth and inflation outlook. This calls for the MPC to remain watchful. Accordingly, it decided to continue with a neutral stance. This will provide MPC with the flexibility to respond to evolving macroeconomic environment. With this, now I come to the assessment of growth and inflation. First of all, growth. As per the first advanced estimates, real GDP growth for the current year is estimated at 6.4%. The numbers were released by MOSPI recently. This is a softer expansion after a robust 8.2% growth last year. Going forward, economic activity is expected to improve in the coming year. Agricultural activity remains upbeat on the back of healthy reservoir levels and bright Rabi prospects. Manufacturing activity is expected to recover gradually in the second half of this year and beyond. Early corporate results for Q3, and we have more than 50% of the results now as we speak. It indicates a mild recovery in the manufacturing sector. Mining and electricity are rebounding from monsoon-related disruptions in Q2. Business expectations remain upbeat, as evident from the PMI Manufacturing Future Output Index. Services sector activity continues to be resilient. PMI services, however, declined from its recent peak. On the demand side, rural demand continues to be on an uptrend, while urban consumption remains subdued, with high-frequency indicators providing mixed signals. And we are aware, we got the Nielsen survey report also just yesterday. Going forward, improving employment conditions, tax relief in the union budget, moderating inflation, together with healthy agricultural activity, bode well for household consumption. Government consumption expenditure is expected to remain modest. Higher capacity utilization levels, robust business expectations, and government policy support augur well for growth in fixed investment. Continued buoyancy in services export will support growth. Global headwinds, however, continue to impact uncertainty to the outlook and pose downward risks. Taking all these factors into consideration, the RBI has estimated that real GDP growth for the next year to be at about 6.7%, with Q1 at 6.7%, Q2 at 7%, Q3 at 6.5%, and Q4 too at 6.5%. The risks are evenly balanced. Coming now to inflation, headline inflation after moving above the upper tolerance band in October has since registered a sequential moderation in November and December, standing at 5.2% now. Going ahead, food inflation pressures, absent any supply side shocks, should see a significant softening due to good Kharif production, winter easing as we witness every year in the vegetable prices, and a favorable Rabi crop prospect. Core inflation is expected to rise but remain moderate. Rising uncertainty in global financial markets, coupled with continuing volatility in energy prices and adverse weather events, presents upside risks to the inflation trajectory. Taking all these factors into consideration, CPI inflation for the current financial year is projected at 4.8%, with Q4, the current quarter, at 4.4%. Assuming a normal monsoon, CPI inflation for the financial year 2025-26 next year is projected at 4.2%, with Q1 at 4.5%, Q2 at 4%, Q3 at 3.8%, and Q4 at 4.2%. The risks are evenly balanced. I will now come to the external sector. India's current account deficit moderated from 1.3% of GDP in Q2 of last year to 1.2% in Q2 of this year, 24-25. According to the World Bank, India, with an estimated inflow of $129.1 billion, continues to remain the largest recipient of remittances globally last calendar year 2024. The current account deficit for this year is expected to remain well within the sustainable level. As on 31st January this year, I may inform you, India's foreign exchange reserves stood at 630 plus billion US dollars. This provides us an import cover of more than 10 months. Overall, India's external sector remains resilient as key indicators stay robust. I would like to mention over here, and especially because there has been commentary in the media about the Reserve Bank's exchange policy. Well, the Reserve Bank's exchange rate policy over the years has remained very, very consistent. Our stated objective is to maintain orderliness and stability without compromising market efficiency. The Reserve Bank believes in the market efficiency of the markets that we have in India for Forex. Accordingly, our interventions in the Forex market focus on smoothing excessive and disruptive volatility. It does not target any specific exchange rate level or band.
Well, viewers, this is indeed some big news coming in from the Reserve Bank of India. Newly appointed RBI Governor Sanjay Malhotra has announced a repo rate cut of 25 basis points. Now, for those of you who are wondering what this means, let me just break it down for you. The repo rate is basically the interest rate at which the RBI lends money to commercial banks. So when this rate goes down, borrowing becomes cheaper for banks and in turn for businesses and also for consumers like you and me. So if you're looking at taking a home loan or a car loan or even a business loan, this cut could mean slightly lower EMIs. Now, why did the RBI take this step, viewers? Well, inflation has been cooling down a bit and the economy needs a bit of a push, and this move aims to stimulate borrowing, investment and also overall economic growth. But there's also a flip side. If too much money floods into the economy, inflation can rise again. But the RBI governor has assured that the inflation is under control because of targeted measures on it. We'll slip into a very short break now. More details on the other side. Stay tuned.
इसको घर पे लगाओगे तो शादी का तो पता नहीं, पर घर पक्का नहीं टूटेगा।
रूंगटा नहीं तो घर स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं। रूंगटा स्टील TMT बार एकदम सॉलिड।
पहाड़ों में एक हाइकिंग शिप भी बन सकती है।
দাদা এখানে দাঁড়ান দাঁড়ান দাঁড়াতে বলছি। সব দিকে পুলিশ ঘিরে ফেলেছে, আপনি কোথাও যেতে পারবেন না। নিজের বিপদ নিজে ডেকে আনবেন না। বলছি তো কিছু হবে না, আপনার কিছু হবে না। এই এতগুলো লোক ঠিক আছে, বলছি তো আমি কথা দিচ্ছি কিছু হবে না আপনাকে। আপনি দাঁড়ান, আপনার ঠিক আছে দাঁড়ান, আমি ঠিক আছে তো, তার বিচার হবে তো, আপনাকে মেরেছে তার বিচার অবশ্যই করবে। সব দিকে পুলিশ ঘিরে ফেলেছে, আপনি কোথাও যেতে পারবেন না। নিজের বিপদ নিজে ডেকে আনবেন না, বলছি তো কিছু হবে না আপনার, কিছু হবে না। এই এতগুলো লোক রয়েছে, ঠিক আছে বলছি তো, আমি কথা দিচ্ছি কিছু হবে না আপনাকে। সব দিকে পুলিশ ঘিরে ফেলেছে, আপনি কোথাও যেতে পারবেন না। নিজের আপনার উপরে গায়ে হাত দেওয়া কিন্তু বাধ্য হচ্ছে আমার, সব জায়গায় পুলিশ ঘিরে নিয়েছে, কিচ্ছু হবে না বলছি তো। ছুঁড়ে ফেলেন না, ছুঁড়ে ফেলেন না, আরে ছুঁড়ে ফেলেন না দাদা। দাদা এখানে দাঁড়ান, দাঁড়ান, দাঁড়াতে বলছি। সব দিকে পুলিশ।
Ace cricketer Sachin Tendulkar met President Draupadi Murmu. The legendary cricketer was seen taking a stroll with the president in the sprawling premises of Rashtrapati Bhavan. The president also met Tendulkar's family. In a gesture of goodwill, the cricket legend also presented his autographed Test cricket t-shirt to the president. Earlier this month, Tendulkar was felicitated with BCCI's Lifetime Achievement Award in Mumbai for his unparalleled contribution to Indian cricket in a career spanning over 2 decades. The 51-year-old retired cricketer, who has played 664 international games for India, holds an unbeaten record of highest number of runs scored in Test and ODI in the game's history.
Aam Aadmi Party claims BJP offered 15 crore rupees to 7 leaders ahead of Delhi election result day. Discussion on budget to take place in both the houses of the parliament today. Eknath Shinde breaks silence on him being asked whether he is upset with Fadnavis, dismisses all claims. Karnataka High Court to deliver a key verdict on whether Muda scam will be probed by CBI or not. VHP meeting at Mahakumbh site today, temple control and Waqf containment key agenda. MEA condemns attack on Sheikh Mujibur Rahman's residence after it was destroyed by alleged protesters. A very good morning, viewers. It's 10:30 and you're watching Republic TV. I'm Deepak Suresh Kumar and we have some big breaking news coming in from Jammu and Kashmir because it's a major setback to Ghulam Nabi Azad's party DPAP, as 6 senior leaders, including former legislators and ministers, are set to resign from the party's fold. Leaders GM Saruri, Amin Bhatt, Taj Mohyuddin, Ashok Sharma, Jugal Kishore and Majid Wani are all set to resign from the party. Notably, all 6 leaders are in touch with the Congress and the decision to join back the grand old party will be taken up post the assembly election results. So, Ghulam Nabi Azad basically has 24 hours to keep his party leaders back in his fold. If not, the discussions will continue between the 6 leaders and the Congress party after the results are out tomorrow. But right now we have some reactions. Let's cut to them.
5 महीने से आपकी पार्टी की पॉलिटिकल एक्टिविटीज जो है काफी कम है, मतलब ऐसा लग रहा है कि ऑलमोस्ट जीरो।
मुझे बताइए जो इलेक्ट होके आए हैं उनकी एक्टिविटीज बताइए। मुझे जो सरकार बनाई है उनकी एक्टिविटीज बताइए फिर हमारे।
5 महीने से आपकी पार्टी की पॉलिटिकल एक्टिविटीज जो है काफी कम है, मतलब ऐसा लग रहा है कि ऑलमोस्ट जीरो।
मुझे बताइए जो इलेक्ट होके आए हैं उनकी एक्टिविटीज बताइए। मुझे जो सरकार बनाई है उनकी एक्टिविटीज बताइए फिर हमारे।
अश्विनी जी, ऐसा लग रहा है कि जैसी आपकी परफॉर्मेंस रही, कोई सीट नहीं आई, उसके बाद आपसे लोग दूर होते जा रहे हैं और अब 6 लीडर्स जिसमें ताज मोहुद्दीन हैं, जीएम सरूरी हैं, अमीन भट्ट हैं, जुगल किशोर हैं, उसके बाद मजीद वानी और अशोक शर्मा, इनके नाम जो है सामने आ रहे हैं।
देखिए, जिनके आप नाम बता रहे हैं उनमें मोहुद्दीन साहब, जुगल किशोर जी और सरूरी साहब, इन्होंने पहले ही पार्टी छोड़ के इंडिपेंडेंट इलेक्शन लड़ा है।
इन्होंने कहा था गुलाम नबी आज़ाद हमारे नेता हैं।
नहीं, नेता हैं इनके, तो फिर पार्टी क्यों छोड़ी इन्होंने? सवाल ये है कि वह पार्टी में लड़ते। अजाज साहब ने कहा था कि हमारी पार्टी स्टैंड है, आज भी जिंदा है पार्टी ख़त्म थोड़ी ना हुई है। तो इन्होंने इंडिपेंडेंट इलेक्शन लड़ा है और ये पहले ही जो है वो पार्टी छोड़ चुके हैं। अब हमारी पार्टी का नाम लेके ये कांग्रेस में जाना चाहते हैं और कांग्रेस ने इन्हें पहले ही घास नहीं डाला है। अब बार बार यहाँ पर जाके वह नतमस्तक हो रहे हैं। तो सवाल ये है कि हमारी पार्टी का नाम ना बदनाम करें। हमारे पास ऐसी कोई इन्फॉर्मेशन नहीं है कि हमारी पार्टी का कोई सदस्य अभी छोड़ के जा रहा है।
बाकी 3 की बात की जाए, वो तो आपकी पार्टी में।
देखिए, अभी हमारे पास, मैंने कहा कि हमारे पास कोई ऐसी इन्फॉर्मेशन नहीं है। अगर कोई जाना चाहता है तो उससे कोई रोक नहीं सकता है। लेकिन आज़ाद साहब एक ऐसे शख्स हैं जिनके साथ आज भी जनता जुड़ी हुई है और उनके प्यार के कायल है।
Gursimran is joining us live on this broadcast. A very good morning to you, Gursimran. It seems like Ghulam Nabi Azad is staring down a barrel with these 6 leaders now threatening to quit the party to join the Congress after his party's wipeout. How big of a jolt is this, Gursimran?
See, Deepak, this is going to be really very tough time for Ghulam Nabi Azad because his party has failed to perform in the Lok Sabha elections as well as in the assembly elections, and he contested a handful of seats during the assembly elections as well. But even in those seats, he failed to even secure the deposit, which clearly shows that the Azad's party leaders have failed to perform on ground. And now with the exit of these 6 leaders that is on the cards, that includes 2 leaders from the Kashmir Valley, Taj Mohuddin and Mohammad Amin Bhatt, along with the 4 leaders from the Jammu, that includes Ghulam Muhammad Saruri, Majid Wani along with Jugal Kishore Sharma and Ashok Kumar, which shows that the party is going to face the setback both in the Kashmir Valley as well as in the Jammu region. And the statement that has come from the DPAP spokesperson that if someone wants to go, we cannot stop them. And that clearly shows that the party is well aware of what is happening from both the camps, that is the Azad camp and from the Saruri camp. What we are learning that both the sides, Azad claims that the Saruri was trying to get in touch with him, but he refused, while the Saruri claims that Azad was trying to get in touch with him, but he refused. But one thing is very clear, that they are in touch with the Congress party, and 10th or 11th of the February is the dates. This is the dates that are coming in, that on which either the final decision will be taken or whether the joining will be taking place in the national capital, as for the information that is coming for now. The Congress sources have also confirmed that these 6 leaders of the DPAP are in touch with the Congress party, and the final decision will be taken very soon after the Delhi election results. So 10th or 11th of February is the date that is coming through for the final decision on this.
That's right, Gursimran. 10th or 11th, the picture will get clearer as far as the fate of Ghulam Nabi Azad's party is concerned, with 6 leaders now quitting the party's fold. Trouble only mounts for the DPAP chief. Viewers, almost 10 years later, Delhi's political landscape is bracing for a significant shift. Exit polls have painted a strong picture of a possible BJP resurgence. And after nearly 27 years, the Bharatiya Janata Party is poised to reclaim control of the Delhi Assembly, with multiple pollsters predicting a saffron wave over the Aam Aadmi Party. The predictions indicate a dramatic setback for the Aam Aadmi Party and its leader Arvind Kejriwal, who secured a massive mandate in 2020 elections. Watch this report to know more.
With ballot boxes being sealed after a 59.7% voter turnout, exit polls results for Delhi's throne are out. Most exit polls have given a significant leverage to the BJP over the ruling AAP in the national capital.
The Axis My India poll details are on Republic. Let me straight away go across to the numbers that we're getting in from Axis My India poll. First up, the vote share, and this is by far the biggest vote share we have seen for the BJP amongst all the exit polls. The Axis My India poll predicts that the BJP could get about 48% of the vote share in the national capital, compared to the 42% that the Aam Aadmi Party is projected to get in the elections. And this could be, if you go by these numbers, it could be a big setback. I don't have the seat share yet. They're giving region by region seat share.
एग्जिट पोल के विषय में जाने के बजाय जो जनता का रुझान, जनता की मानसिकता, जनता की भावना हमने अनुभव की है, देखी है, उसके आधार पर मैं कह सकता हूं कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी प्रचंड बहुमत से दिल्ली में सरकार बनने आ रही है। आम आदमी पार्टी का चरित्र बेनकाब हो गया है, उनके चेहरों का मुलम्मा उतर गया है, और निश्चित रूप से अब की बार जनता ने उनकी विदाई तय कर दी।
देखो साहब, एग्जिट पोल सही है गलत है ये तो कोई नहीं जानता, कभी सही भी निकलते हैं, कभी गलत भी निकलते हैं। क्या कुछ लोग अच्छे मार्जिन से बीजेपी को जिता रहे हैं, कुछ कांटे की टक्कर दिखा रहे हैं, कुछ आम आदमी पार्टी को जीतता दिखा रहे हैं, तो क्या स्थिति है क्या नहीं है ये तो 8 को पता चलेगी। लेकिन वही मैंने कहा ना, रिजल्ट आने के पहले किसको क्या, अगर किसी को ऑफर, मैं ये नहीं कह रहा हूँ भारतीय जनता पार्टी ऑफर नहीं देती है और ज़रूर दे रही होगी किसी को, लेकिन पता तो चले कौन विधायक बनेगा। एग्जिट पोल हैं, अब आज भी आया है एग्जिट पोल, अब वो दिखा रहा है कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी बहुत अच्छे से जीत रही है। आम आदमी पार्टी हार रही है, ये तो बहुत आश्चर्य की बात नहीं है मुझे।
The predictions, if held true, will be a big setback for the AAP and its chief, Kejriwal, who won the state twice with a mandate of 62 seats in the 2020 elections. After BJP's ascent to the centre, and Haryana major poll bodies have betted heavy on the BJP. A pollster body, today's Chanakya, has weighed in heavy on BJP, predicting a landslide victory with 51 seats in Delhi Assembly. Axis My India has predicted 45 to 55 of Delhi's 70 assembly seats for the BJP and 15 to 25 for the AAP, with 0 to 1 seats for the Congress. To simplify, Axis My India forecasts have projected 48% of the votes towards BJP, while the AAP is expected to receive 42%. The Congress is forecasted to garner only 7% of the vote share. With more forecast predicting BJP's clear sweep. It is evident on what Delhi has decided for itself. If the exit polls hold true, February 8 will be seeing BJP's resurgence to the national capital after almost 26 years.
Moving on, viewers, we have some big breaking news coming in. The new income tax bill is likely to be approved in the cabinet meeting today at 6 p.m. PM Modi will chair the meeting. According to sources, a new direct tax code or a new income tax bill can be presented in the Lok Sabha on Monday. It is likely that it will be sent to the standing committee so that its provisions can be considered. Remember, Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman had announced the introduction of a new direct tax code while presenting the budget, and all the income tax slabs that are newly announced will take effect after the income tax bill is tabled in the Parliament. So it will be approved by the Cabinet during the meeting today at 6 p.m. and all eyes are on this particular income tax bill, which is set to provide relief to the middle class. Let's take a look at the other top stories that we are tracking. Rajya Sabha Deputy Chairman received Sweden Parliamentary delegation led by Margaret, Chairperson of India-Sweden Friendship Group at the Parliament House. The visit comes amid ongoing bilateral talks between the two nations to expand collaborations in trade, investment and technology. 8 people were killed after a Rajasthan roadways bus collided with a van in Rajasthan's Jaipur. The bus was travelling from Jaipur to Ajmer when the driver lost control after a tyre burst. All passengers in the van died on the spot. They were going to Uttar Pradesh's Prayagraj to attend the Maha Kumbh Mela.
आज 3-3:15 बजे ये मोखमपुरा सदर क्षेत्र में मोखमपुरा गाडोता के बीच में जयपुर हाईवे जो है उस पे रोडवेज बस और एक इको गाड़ी के बीच में एक्सीडेंट की सूचना मिली। उसमें जो इको गाड़ी में जो सवारियां थी वो भीलवाड़ा जिले की बता रहे हैं और वहाँ पे ये कुंभ यात्रा में जा रहे थे। तो रोडवेज बस का टायर फटने से डिवाइडर पलट के जो गाड़ी से एक्सीडेंट हुआ उसमें 8 लोगों की जो डेथ हुई है। ये बॉडी हमने दिल्ली हॉस्पिटल में रखवा दी है और उनके पोस्टमार्टम की कार्रवाई जारी है।
The Indo-Tibetan Border Police has established a new company operative base in Chhattisgarh amid growing terror attacks in the region. ITBP's 41st Battalion is set to operate the base. This move will accelerate and effectively implement the mission Kagar 26 of the central government in Chhattisgarh. In a tragic incident in Kerala's Ernakulam, 5 staff members were injured when a steamer exploded in a Delhi cafe. While the victims were rushed to the hospital, one succumbed to injuries as others are undergoing treatment. Moving on, viewers, all eyes are on the Delhi Assembly election results, and just a day before the declaration of the poll results, sources have told Republic that the Aam Aadmi Party is set to chair a key meeting of all its 70 candidates today ahead of the results being declared tomorrow, and this is in regard to the party's preparation for the result day and allegations concerning horse trading of MLAs. The meeting comes at a time when all the exit polls are showing BJP in a winning position and the incumbent up, reducing below 38 seats. Aam Aadmi Party leaders have also alleged horse trading and poaching attempts of its MLAs by the Saffron Party. The Aam Aadmi Party claimed that 15 crores were given to a few leaders by the BJP ahead of the result day, asking them to join the Saffron Party's fold. So now, in the backdrop of these allegations coming to the fore, the Aam Aadmi Party has called for a meeting with all its 70 candidates.
देखिए, भाजपा को लगता है कि वो फर्जी सर्वे कराकर एक माहौल तैयार कर उसके बाद वो नेगोशिएट कर पाएगी हमारे नेताओं से, हमारे मंत्रियों से। मैं भाजपा को बताना चाहती हूँ कि नेता मंत्री तो छोड़िए, हमारे कार्यकर्ता आप उनको भी नहीं तोड़ पाएंगे। अरविंद केजरीवाल जी के सच्चे सिपाही हैं हम लोग। ये कल मुकेश अलावत जी ने, जो हमारे मंत्री हैं, उन्होंने बाकायदा ट्वीट करके वो नंबर भी बताया जिससे उनको कॉल आ रही है कि 15 करोड़ ले लो, भाजपा में शामिल हो जाओ, तुमको और बड़ा पद दे देंगे। पर ये कुछ नहीं चलने वाला भाजपा का दिल्ली में।
आम आदमी पार्टी के नेता संजय सिंह हो या बाकी लोग, इनका मानसिक संतुलन बिगड़ गया है। एग्जिट पोल से ही इन लोगों की भाषा बदल गई है। लेकिन इन लोगों को ये समझना पड़ेगा कि आप पत्थर मारेंगे और भाग जाएंगे तो ऐसा होने नहीं देंगे। आपने जिस तरह के घटिया आरोप लगाए हैं उसका आपको जवाब देना पड़ेगा। इसलिए भारतीय जनता पार्टी तुरंत दिल्ली प्रदेश अभी एंटी करप्शन ब्यूरो जा रहा है, इन सबके खिलाफ शिकायत दर्ज कर रहा है। इनको साक्ष्य बताने पड़ेंगे, नाम बताना पड़ेगा, किसका फ़ोन आया है, किसको आया है, वो आपको साक्ष्य देने पड़ेंगे। नहीं तो कानूनी कार्रवाई के लिए तैयार रहे। क्यों? क्योंकि आपके स्वभाव में है आतिशी मार लेना। अभी तक जमानत पर है एक मामले में। अरविंद केजरीवाल 6 बार हाथ जोड़ के माफ़ी मांग चुके हैं हमारे नेताओं से। तो इस बार संजय सिंह और बाकी लोगों की बारी है। आप झूठ बोलोगे और भाग जाओगे, ऐसा होने नहीं देंगे हम।
अरविंद केजरीवाल सर गंभीर आरोप लगा रहे हैं कि बीजेपी के लोग 16 हमारे लोगों को संपर्क किए हैं, 15 करोड़ का ऑफर दे रहे हैं, मंत्री बनाने का भी ऑफर दे रहे हैं और कह रहे हैं कि जीत भी रहे हैं।
इस पर क्या कहेंगे?
16 सीट उनको मिलेगा तब तो 16 सीट को ले, उनको 16 सीट भी नहीं आ रहा।
अरविंद केजरीवाल सर गंभीर आरोप लगा रहे हैं कि बीजेपी के लोग 16 हमारे लोगों को संपर्क किए हैं, 15 करोड़ का ऑफर दे रहे हैं, मंत्री बनाने का भी ऑफर दे रहे हैं और कह रहे हैं कि जीत भी रहे हैं।
इस पर क्या कहेंगे?
16 सीट उनको मिलेगा तब तो 16 सीट को ले, उनको 16 सीट भी नहीं आ रहा।
बोला कौन है, कौन सी कॉन्स्टिट्यूंसी में है, क्या वो जीत रहे हैं, क्या वो नहीं जीत रहे हैं, ये बिना कोई विधायक बने क्यों कॉल आएगा? मैं मान सकता हूं कल 12-1 बजे की बात हो, इनके पता चल रहा हो कौन से विधायक जीत रहे हैं, कांटे का खेल हो, 12-10 5-7 सीटें ऊपर नीचे जा रही हो तो कोई फोन करे। अरे तुम्हारी अगर 55-60 आ रही हैं तो फोन करने का कोई मतलब नहीं। बीजेपी की 45-50 आ रही हैं, फोन करने का कोई मतलब नहीं। कांग्रेस की 40 आ रही हैं, कोई फोन करने का मतलब नहीं। तो क्या मतलब है फोन करने का?
वो जो बात कह रहे हैं इसका सीधा मतलब ये हुआ कि जो भी पार्टी कॉल कर रही है, कॉल करने वाली पार्टी को पता हो कि ये 16 जीतने वाले हैं। ये कैसे संभव है?
ये तो संभव ही नहीं है। दूसरा ये शगुफा है, ये अंदर के फ्रस्ट्रेशन है, हताशा है, इस कारण से ये सब बयान देते हैं।
Riyanka is joining me live from the national capital. Good morning, Riyanka. The Aam Aadmi Party, in the face of horse trading allegations, has called for a meeting with all the 70 candidates. If you could tell us what this meeting is focused on, apart from, the preparations for tomorrow's, big mandate.
Deepak, Arvind Kejriwal is going to chair a very, very crucial meeting with the 70 candidates of the Aam Aadmi Party. And this is happening amidst the several claims that have been made by the party itself that there are efforts of horse trading from the side of the BJP, as the Aam Aadmi Party claims that several, BJP leaders and others affiliated with the BJP are calling the Aam Aadmi Party leaders and offering them 15 crore rupees to join the Saffron Party. Some think the claims that have been refuted by the BJP on the other hand. So keeping in mind all these developments, Arvind Kejriwal has in fact called in this very crucial meeting of all the 70 candidates. And we will continue to get in more details on this very important story as Delhi countdowns to the election results tomorrow. Do stay tuned, viewers. We will be coming right back after this very, very short break.
দাঁড়াতে বলছি। সব দিকে পুলিশ ঘিরে ফেলেছে, আপনি কোথাও যেতে পারবেন না। নিজের বিপদ নিজে ডেকে আনবেন না। বলছি তো কিছু হবে না, আপনার কিছু হবে না। এই এতগুলো লোক ঠিক আছে, বলছি তো আমি কথা দিচ্ছি কিছু হবে না আপনাকে। আপনি দাঁড়ান, আপনার ঠিক আছে দাঁড়ান, আমি ঠিক আছে তো, তার বিচার হবে তো, আপনাকে মেরেছে তার বিচার অবশ্যই করবে। সব দিকে পুলিশ ঘিরে ফেলেছে, আপনি কোথাও যেতে পারবেন না। নিজের বিপদ নিজে ডেকে আনবেন না। বলছি তো কিছু হবে না, আপনার কিছু হবে না। এই এতগুলো লোক ঠিক আছে, বলছি তো আমি কথা দিচ্ছি কিছু হবে না আপনাকে। দিকে পুলিশ ঘিরে ফেলেছে, আপনি কোথাও যেতে পারবেন না। নিজের আপনার উপরে গায়ে হাত দেওয়া কিন্তু বাধ্য হচ্ছে আমার। সব জায়গায় পুলিশ ঘিরে নিয়েছে, কিচ্ছু হবে না বলছি তো। ছুঁড়ে ফেলেন না, ছুঁড়ে ফেলেন না, আরে ছুঁড়ে ফেলেন না দাদা। দাদা এখানে দাঁড়ান, দাঁড়ান, দাঁড়াতে বলছি। সব দিকে পুলিশ ঘিরে ফেলেছে, আপনি কোথাও যেতে পারবেন না। নিজের বিপদ নিজে ডেকে আনবেন না, বলছে তো কিছু হবে না, আপনার কিছু হবে না। এই এতগুলো লোক বলছি তো, আমি কথা দিচ্ছি কিছু হবে না আপনাকে। আপনি দাঁড়ান, আপনার ঠিক আছে, দাঁড়ান, ঠিক আছে তো, তার বিচার হবে তো, আপনাকে মেরেছে তার বিচার অবশ্যই করবে। ছুঁড়ে ফেলেন না, ছুঁড়ে ফেলেন না, আরে ছুঁড়ে ফেলেন না দাদা। সব দিকে পুলিশ ঘিরে ফেলেছে, আপনি কোথাও যেতে পারবেন না। নিজের বিপদ নিজে ডেকে আনবেন না, বলছে তো কিছু হবে না, আপনার কিছু হবে না। এই এতগুলো লোক বলছি তো, আমি কথা দিচ্ছি কিছু হবে না আপনাকে। আপনার ঠিক আছে, দাঁড়ান, আমি ঠিক আছে তো, তার বিচার হবে তো, আপনাকে মেরেছে তার বিচার অবশ্যই করবে। সব দিকে পুলিশ ঘিরে ফেলেছে, আপনি কোথাও যেতে পারবেন না। নিজের আপনার উপরে গায়ে হাত দেওয়া কিন্তু বাধ্য হচ্ছে আমার। সব জায়গায় পুলিশ ঘিরে নিয়েছে, কিচ্ছু হবে না বলছি তো। ছুঁড়ে ফেলেন না, ছুঁড়ে ফেলেন না, আরে ছুঁড়ে ফেলেন না দাদা।
We at Republic are happy to announce that Niva Bupa Health Insurance has come on board as our studio partner. Viewers, Niva Bupa Health Insurance is one of India's largest and fastest growing standalone health insurance companies, providing coverage to over 1.75 crore people nationwide. Now, Niva Bupa Health Insurance has settled more than 23 lakh claims since inception. Over the last year, Niva Bupa has processed a claim every 45 seconds. This is the Republic Niva Bupa studio, your one-stop for all the breaking news updates.
We're working very hard to get all the hostages. The word is all, and we are working very hard.
So obviously, you can't talk about peace, neither with Hamas or in the Middle East, if this, toxic.
Executive order prepared for your attention that would withdraw the United States from the UN Human Rights Council, would withdraw the United States from the UNRWA.
So I've always felt that the UN has tremendous potential. It's not living up to that potential right now. It really isn't. Hasn't for a long time. It has. There are great hopes for it, but it's not being well run, to be honest.
This is so important that we're really, as you know, the United Nations is largely funded by us, but and it shouldn't be. It should be funded by everybody, but we're disproportionate, as we always seem to be.
Pakistan are set to host the ICC Champions Trophy 2025, but to say that they have faced a number of issues in the build-up to the tournament would be an understatement. The tournament was shifted to the hybrid model on India's insistence, as the BCCI did not want to send Indian players to the nation over security concerns. Pakistan's continuous delays in getting the stadiums ready for the event and subsequent cancellations of the opening ceremony also did not help their public image. And now it has been confirmed that aside from the Indian cricketers not travelling to Pakistan, there won't be a single Indian official at the tournament either. Javagal Srinath, the former Indian cricketer turned match official, and Nitin Menon, the only Indian in the ICC's elite panel of umpires, came to a mutual agreement with the ICC to skip the Pakistan leg of the tournament. They could have featured in the Dubai leg had it not been for the ICC rule that requires neutral umpires and officials, therefore ruling them out of India's matches too. It is the latest setback for Pakistan as far as the Champions Trophy is concerned.
From Asia's largest news headquarters, setting the agenda for Bharat. You're watching Republic.
A very good morning. It's 11 a.m. I'm Samiksha Srivastava with less than 24 hours to go for the Delhi election results trends to start pouring in. It's the Aam Aadmi Party who claims that 7 of its MLAs are being poached by the BJP. In fact, the party says that 7 crore each was offered to 7 of its MLAs. We'll get you those charges being levelled by the Aam Aadmi Party just ahead of the election results. First up, the headlines. In less than 24 hours that are left for the Delhi verdict, AAP calls for meeting with 70 candidates. AAP claims BJP offered 15 crore to 7 leaders ahead of Delhi election results. New income tax bill likely to be approved in cabinet meeting today by 6 p.m. RBI reduces repo rate by 25 basis points to 6.25%. Many schools and Delhi universities, St. Stephen's College, get bomb threat via mail. And first up, we begin with news that's coming in from Karnataka. It is a big relief for former Chief Minister of Karnataka, B.S. Yediyurappa, in the POCSO case, as the Karnataka High Court has quashed the POCSO case that was slapped against the former Chief Minister and BJP stalwart B.S. Yediyurappa. The High Court having dismissed the case against former Chief Minister B.S. Yediyurappa. Let's go across to Abhishek, my colleague who's joining us from Bengaluru. Abhishek, it's obviously a big relief for former Chief Minister B.S. Yediyurappa. Once again, for the benefit of our viewers, take us through those charges that were initially levelled against the former Chief Minister.
Basically, B.S. Yediyurappa was facing a POCSO case charged against him. A 17-year-old girl, along with her mother, had complained that B.S. Yediyurappa, had sexually assaulted the said girl. So at this point of time, the High Court has quashed and partially allowed the petition. Both the ways, part of the case is relieved and a part of the case will have to continue, is what the High Court says. The Justice Nagaprasanna, while giving out his statement and judgment, he says that the anticipatory bail has been granted. However, the trial under the trial court shall continue with respect to the same case. So it is a 50-50 win-win and loss situation for B.S. Yediyurappa at this point of time. However, keeping his age in mind, the High Court had advised that he should not be arrested, and the court has also allowed his petition of not being arrested, and his bail has been granted at this hour. With respect to the trial that will have to be continued with the trial court is another challenge which B.S. Yediyurappa will have to face at this point of time, and probably his team of advocates will also continue challenging that decision as well. This is the latest update at this hour, and we'll have to wait and watch what B.S. Yediyurappa will have to speak about his case after a while from now.
I request you to stay with us. We have more news that's coming in from Karnataka. This is now a relief for Chief Minister Siddaramaiah in Mysuru Urban Development Authority probe. The High Court having dismissed the PIL that had sought CBI probe into the scam. So this is a scam that runs into crores of rupees, for which Chief Minister Siddaramaiah and his wife have been facing heat. The High Court having junged that petition in which CBI probe into the case was requested. Abhishek, while it is obviously relief for Chief Minister Siddaramaiah, quickly run us through the charges that have been levelled against Siddaramaiah in the Mysuru Urban Development Authority scam. All right, we seem to have lost that connection. We will just try and connect with Abhishek, but let's once again tell you that the Mysuru Urban Development Authority scam is one that runs into crores of rupees. It's Chief Minister Siddaramaiah as well as his wife who've been in the dock in this whole scam, while the BJP has only been demanding CBI inquiry, a fair inquiry into the Muda scam, which is also being probed by the Lokayukta. The High Court has now junked that petition in which it was sought that the CBI should take over the Muda scam probe. All right, let's now switch focus to the national capital. With the election results less than 24 hours away, the Aam Aadmi Party has levelled poaching charge against the BJP. The Aam Aadmi Party claims that at least 7 of its MLAs were offered 15 crore rupees each as poaching attempt by the BJP. This comes as several exit polls have projected that it is going to be a clean sweep for the BJP and that the latter will make a comeback in the national capital after 10 years.
With ballot boxes being sealed after a 59.7% voter turnout, exit polls results for Delhi's throne are out. Most exit polls have given a significant leverage to the BJP over the ruling AAP in the national capital.
The Axis My India poll details are on Republic. Let me straight away go across to the numbers that we're getting in from Axis My India poll. First up, the vote share, and this is by far the biggest vote share we have seen for the BJP amongst all the exit polls. The Axis My India poll predicts that the BJP could get about 48% of the vote share in the national capital compared to the 42% that the Aam Aadmi Party is projected to get in the elections. And this could be, if you go by these numbers, it could be a big setback. I don't have the seat share yet. They're giving region by region seat share.
एग्जिट पोल के विषय में जाने के बजाय जो जनता का रुझान, जनता की मानसिकता, जनता की भावना हमने अनुभव की है, देखी है, उसके आधार पर मैं कह सकता हूं कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी प्रचंड बहुमत से दिल्ली में सरकार बनने आ रही है। आम आदमी पार्टी का चरित्र बेनकाब हो गया है, उनके चेहरों का मुलम्मा उतर गया है और निश्चित रूप से अब की बार जनता ने उनकी विदाई तय कर दी।
देखो साहब, एग्जिट पोल सही है गलत है ये तो कोई नहीं जानता, कभी सही भी निकलते हैं, कभी गलत भी निकलते हैं। क्या कुछ लोग अच्छे मार्जिन से बीजेपी को जिता रहे हैं, कुछ कांटे की टक्कर दिखा रहे हैं, कुछ आम आदमी पार्टी को जीतता दिखा रहे हैं, तो क्या स्थिति है क्या नहीं है ये तो 8 को पता चलेगी। लेकिन वही मैंने कहा ना, रिजल्ट आने के पहले किसको क्या, अगर किसी को ऑफर, मैं ये नहीं कह रहा हूँ भारतीय जनता पार्टी ऑफर नहीं देती है, देती है और ज़रूर दे रही होगी किसी को, लेकिन पता तो चले कौन विधायक बनेगा। एग्जिट पोल हैं, अब आज भी आया है एग्जिट पोल, अब वो दिखा रहा है कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी बहुत अच्छे से जीत रही है। आम आदमी पार्टी हार रही है, ये तो बहुत आश्चर्य की बात नहीं है मुझे।
The predictions, if held true, will be a big setback for the AAP and its chief, Kejriwal, who won the state twice with a mandate of 62 seats in the 2020 elections. After BJP's ascent to the centre and Haryana major poll bodies have betted heavy on the BJP. A pollster body, today's Chanakya, has weighed in heavy on BJP predicting a landslide victory with 51 seats in Delhi Assembly. Axis My India has predicted 45 to 55 of Delhi's 70 assembly seats for the BJP and 15 to 25 for the AAP, with 0 to 1 seats for the Congress. To simplify, Axis My India forecasts have projected 48% of the votes towards BJP, while the AAP is expected to receive 42%. The Congress is forecasted to garner only 7% of the vote share. With more forecast predicting BJP's clear sweep, it is evident on what Delhi has decided for itself. If the exit polls hold true, February 8 will be seeing BJP's resurgence to the national capital after almost 26 years.
Now, with the Aam Aadmi Party claiming that there is a poaching attempt on part of the BJP of its MLAs, the Aam Aadmi Party has now called for a meet of all its 70 MLAs. It's in a huddle mode with just less than 24 hours to go for the election result trends to start pouring in. A meet that's been called by the Aam Aadmi Party at 11:30. So in just 20 minutes from now, there is going to be a meeting that will be convened in the national capital that will be held by the Aam Aadmi Party national convener Arvind Kejriwal. Let's go across to Riyanka. She's been tracking all those details. Riyanka, while the Aam Aadmi Party has said that several of its MLAs were approached by the BJP, it seems from what it appears that the party is already preempting its loss, given that the exit polls have already projected that it is going to be a BJP that is going to have a clean sweep in the national capital.
That's right. Arvind Kejriwal has in fact called in a meeting of all the 70 candidates. This is in accordance to the preparations for the counting day. And also, as per the sources, what we are getting to know that there is this huddle, which is very, very important from the side of the Aam Aadmi Party, given that there are allegations of horse trading that is coming to light. Aam Aadmi Party leaders are once again going ahead and making several claims of the BJP leaders calling their MLAs, calling the Aam Aadmi Party MLAs and offering them 15 crore rupees to come and join the BJP. But these claims have been refuted by the BJP leaders on the other hand, and they are saying that Kejriwal has probably accepted the fact that, the numbers that are showing in the exit polls may come true. That is giving in, a winning position to the BJP. But all that will be in fact decided tomorrow when the counting happens, which is why all eyes are on the counting.
Yes.
But these developments are happening in the national capital, where the Aam Aadmi Party is all set to hold a very, very important meeting of the 70
yes,
candidates.
And Riyanka, what's also appalling is that there has been no proof that's been submitted by the Aam Aadmi Party to corroborate its claim. In fact, BJP has responded to this charge, claiming that it will also be approaching the ACB over the false charges that have been levelled against the BJP by the Aam Aadmi Party. So after the Aam Aadmi Party claimed that 7 of its MLAs were approached by the BJP and that 15 crore rupees was offered to each by the BJP, the latter says it will be approaching the ACB over the bogus charges being levelled by the Aam Aadmi Party. A statement coming in from the Delhi BJP chief, Virender Sachdeva. Let's listen in.
आम आदमी पार्टी के नेता संजय सिंह हो या बाकी लोग, इनका मानसिक संतुलन बिगड़ गया है। एग्जिट पोल से ही इन लोगों की भाषा बदल गई है। लेकिन इन लोगों को ये समझना पड़ेगा कि आप पत्थर मारेंगे और भाग जाएंगे तो ऐसा होने नहीं देंगे। आपने जिस तरह के घटिया आरोप लगाए हैं उसका आपको जवाब देना पड़ेगा। इसलिए भारतीय जनता पार्टी तुरंत दिल्ली प्रदेश अभी एंटी करप्शन ब्यूरो जा रहा है, इन सबके खिलाफ शिकायत दर्ज कर रहा है। इनको साक्ष्य बताने पड़ेंगे, नाम बताना पड़ेगा, किसका फ़ोन आया है, किसको आया है, वो आपको साक्ष्य देने पड़ेंगे। नहीं तो कानूनी कार्रवाई के लिए तैयार रहे। क्यों? क्योंकि आपके स्वभाव में है। आतिशी मार लेना अभी तक जमानत पर है एक मामले में। अरविंद केजरीवाल 6 बार हाथ जोड़ के माफ़ी मांग चुके हैं हमारे नेताओं से। तो इस बार संजय सिंह और बाकी लोगों की बारी है। आप झूठ बोलोगे और भाग जाओगे, ऐसा होने नहीं देंगे हम।
And Riyanka, if you can once again tell us about how the BJP is planning to go about with this. Virender Sachdeva says that they will be moving, approaching the ACB, but any action that's transpired till now?
Certainly not yet any action taken by the BJP because as you rightly heard, Delhi BJP chief Virender Sachdeva telling or asking the Aam Aadmi Party to come out and provide the proofs and provide the names of the people who have been calling them, as they make charges of horse trading from the side of the BJP, which is why, we have of course also heard the Delhi BJP chief saying that they might approach the ACB on the other hand if the Aam Aadmi Party is not able to produce any sort of a proof that they are claiming of, poaching charges coming in from the side of the BJP towards their MLAs. So yes, we are expecting more development to take place on that front as well. Whether or not Aam Aadmi Party will be able to give out any proof or names of the people and the numbers through which they are getting those calls, BJP is all set to, of course, reach out and take this forward to initiate action.
Yes, Riyanka, thank you for the moment. For now, here's a look at other news that we are tracking. Bharat in 2 minutes. Rajya Sabha Deputy Chairman received Sweden Parliamentary delegation led by Margaret Sedrefeld, chairperson of India-Sweden Friendship Group at Parliament House. The visit comes amid ongoing bilateral talks between the two nations to expand collaborations in trade, investment and technology. 8 people were killed after a Rajasthan roadway bus collided with a van in Jaipur on 6th of February. The bus was travelling from Jaipur to Ajmer when the driver lost control after a tyre burst. All passengers in the van died on the spot. They were going to UP's Prayagraj to attend Mahakumbh event.
आज 3-3:15 बजे ये मोखमपुरा सरहद क्षेत्र में मोखमपुरा गाडूता के बीच में जयपुर हाईवे जो है उस पे रोडवेज बस और एक इको गाड़ी के बीच में एक्सीडेंट की सूचना मिली। उसमें जो इको गाड़ी में जो सवारियां थी वो भीलवाड़ा जिले की बता रहे हैं और वहाँ पे ये कुटुंब यात्रा में जा रहे थे तो रोडवेज बस का टायर फटने से डिवाइडर पलट के जो गाड़ी से एक्सीडेंट हुआ उसमें 8 लोगों की जो डेथ हुई है उनकी बॉडी हमें दिल्ली हॉस्पिटल में रखवा दी है और उनके पोस्टमार्टम की कार्रवाई जारी है। जो रोडवेज उसमें घायल हुए उनका उपचार यहाँ बिचुन अस्पताल में करवा दिया गया है और उनको एक जो गंभीर घायल है उसको रेफर किया SMS के लिए इनको।
And in news that is coming in from Prayagraj, this is about a fire. This is regarding fire that has broken out at a camp, a tent in Mahakumbh. The visuals on your screens, these are initial inputs from what we have been able to gather so far. But as you see, this is a tent where a camp basement where a fire broke out. More details are awaited, but it seems that the situation has been brought under control. The fire department officials are at the spot while the smoke that is seen billowing from that basement, the camp where fire broke out in Mahakumbh, Prayagraj. And for now, we head into a very short break. RBI has reduced policy repo rate by 25 basis points. We'll get you what that means for the people after this very short break.
इसको घर पे लगाओगे तो शादी का तो पता नहीं और घर पक्का नहीं टूटेगा।
रुंगटा नहीं तो घर स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं। रुंगटा स्टील TMT बार एकदम सॉलिड।
पहाड़ों में एक हाइकिंग शिप भी बन सकती है।
We have an executive order prepared for your attention that would withdraw the United States from the UN Human Rights Council, would withdraw the United States from the UNRWA.
So I've always felt that the UN has tremendous potential. It's not living up to that potential right now. It really isn't, hasn't for a long time. It has, there are great hopes for it, but it's not being well run, to be honest.
This is so important that we're really, as you know, the United Nations is largely funded by us, but and it should be funded by everybody, but we're disproportionate, as we always seem to be.